Welcome to my 18th video of this series, the Holographic Universe. If you have not watched the first 17 videos of this series, I strongly recommend you watch all of them in their correct order before watching this video, or you will not understand what is being shown. You will find all the videos of this series, the Holographic Universe, on my channel. In this video, I am writing about the inner and outer ends of the processing system of life. Even though life, the real self, is non-dimensional, it has adopted an inner and outer in the conceptual sense. When something searches or looks for anything, whether conceptual or otherwise, immediately the concept of an inner and outer comes into existence. Even if life observed itself by becoming self-aware, immediately the concept of inners and outers come into existence. So, even though life is non-dimensional, it still has both an inner and outer, by the mere fact it became aware of itself and started to study itself. We could say in an abstract sense, the origin of a question is the inner, and the answer discovered is the outer, because the answer is away from the question, but the answer is actually in the question, making it a paradox. So, everything that has ever existed has both an inner and outer, and is also a paradox. It is this state which allows change, and options, or choices to exist. Note, it must be understood that all is produced through communication, involving concepts in the form of a program, played in a conceptual-based processing system. This communication of geometric symbols looks like Greek and English letters, and numerals, etc. Here is one example showing how line work of the partition map is produced by the Greek letter sigma, in 4 orientations. The sigmas are the instructions for the vertical, horizontal, and diagonal line work. The boundaries of the partitioned area are formed by the Greek-like betas in each of the 4 corners. These letters are used both in the construction of the visual processing system of life, as well as being used as programming instructions and addressing. The processing system is actually presented in 2 dimensions, but emulates a multilayered structure, expressed through its geometric construct. Layers can either be expressed geometrically, as shown in this drawing, or expressed through the addressing system involving billions and billions of packages, each having up to 10,000 layers. The addressing is in the form of directory trees where each successive address can lead to another, breaking down the contents of any image or story. The address is displayed in these octagonal registers in each of the wings. This displays in this case, layer 1234. This is just one type of the addressing systems used. The first inners and outers is displayed across the construct, both from left to right, and top to bottom. The area within the boundaries is the inner, with its boundaries being the outer. The absolute center is the inner end. The second outer is away from where you are observing, conceptually into infinity, produced by the geometry of the construct. But technically, you are now viewing from a third outer, but this is the non-dimensional inner, where your real self or life is observing from. It is said to be an outer, as it has its own conceptual partition map. In my next video, I will explain more about the processing system of life.